Radyo Inquirer. Special coverage.
10:16 ang ating oras.
Balikan
po
natin
Yes.
balikan na natin yung Senado.
Yeah.
Oo.
Tayan, may katahimikan sa ating bansa. Next slide. It is being made to appear in the media and with no help by some so-called human rights advocates. Next slide, please. That grabe ang patayan araw-araw. From 2010 to 2015, during the Aquino administration, an average of 35 ang patay araw-araw. Ngayon po, sa ilalim ni Presidente Duterte, 20 po. No, more than about a third are now, their lives are now being saved every day because of the efforts of the PNP. Next slide. The old norm was drug lords and their cohorts acted with impunity. People have low trust sa PNP, fiscals, judges, high-ranking government officials are involved in the illegal trade or protectors, and people hindi nakakadama na sila'y secure sa kanilang bahay, sa kanilang trabaho. Ngayon po, the respect and fear for the law has been restored. Drug lords and their supporters are on the run. People are beginning to feel safe, renewed trust on our law enforcers and government under President Duterte. Next slide. Are we using the term extrajudicial killings loosely to discredit the Duterte administration? Whether it is the Commission on Human Rights or our dear chairperson, I was hoping that they would educate the people more and the media para hindi sila ma-mislead na lahat ng patay ay extrajudicial killings. Bakit po? Ito po ang sinabi ng dalawang justice. Next slide. There is a need of what the extrajudicial killing is. The name is a misnomer since every killing outside death penalty is extrajudicial. Dalawang justice po nagsabi niyan. So ano po ang ginawa ng Aquino administration? Gumawa po sila ng AO35. Di ko na babasahin dahil 5 minutes lang oras ko. Next slide. The victim was a member or affiliated of an organization to include political, environmental, agrarian, labor, or similar causes, an advocate of the above-named causes, a media practitioner, etc. Ibig sabihin po, labor leader ka, media ka, religious leader, pinatay ka dahil sa paniniwala. That was very clear for the purpose of the focused mandate of AO35 na ginawa ng Aquino administration. Ang common criminals at ang crime sa kanila hindi kasama sa extrajudicial killings. Next slide. Yan po ang pirma ng dating Secretary de Lima of Justice IAC Chair. So alam po nila yan. Lahat na nagpapa-interview sa CHR at ating mahal na chairperson, alam po nila yan. Next slide. Sa araw-araw na patayan sa Aquino administration na 35, mahigit 1,400, 394 lang ang klinasif na extrajudicial killing. Pero sa umpisa pa lang ng hearing na to, kung ano nung numero na narinig natin did they clarify which one is extrajudicial and not? Which one are common criminals? Next slide. Kaya ano ho ba sabi ng isa nilang kakampi na Human Rights Watch? Unresolved. Or basically, fail ang kanilang watch pagdating sa pagre-resolve ng extrajudicial killings. Ba't hindi yun ang munang imbestigahan natin bago sa extrajudicial killings ngayon? O okay lang dati, ngayon masama. Next slide. People now beginning to feel safe in the streets and trust our law enforcers. Beginning. Hindi po sinasabing safe lahat. Pero nag-uumpisa na. Next slide. Kung makikita nyo po yung crime volume, ayan po, hindi ko na babasahin isa-isa because of lack of time. Pero makikita nyo, crimes against property, 11,000 to 6,000 in 1 month. Bakit po? Ang mga pusher at saka user, kailangan ng pera, walang trabaho, nagnanakaw. But because nagsosurrender na yung mga user, nahuhuli ang pusher, pababa ang crime volume. Next. People support the anti-war drugs. Criminals don't. Ang mga kriminal at drug pusher gumagastos ngayon sa media, sa politika, kahit ano, para i-discredit ang administrasyon na to para nga tumuloy ang kanilang multi-billion na negosyo. I'm not saying that everyone is being used. Marami pong honest advocates for human rights, honest. But let us not fool ourselves. Marami din sa mga drug lords ang pumupondo dito. Next slide. Hindi rin totoo na lahat ng sektor ayaw. Basilan Bishop Martin Pumawad is pinning his hopes on the new president. Next slide. This is another one na nagsasabing maganda nangyayari at kahit hindi pa nakaupo ang bagong presidente, after simula ng mga pulis magsipag at tumapang. Next slide. Anti-drug operations, 215% increase in anti-drug operations. I agree with the chairperson. Hindi intensyon ng committee na to pahintuin yan. Ang problema, the way to hell, good intentions. It is not the intention, it is the effect. Ang mga pulis nanunood lahat. At kung lalabas na sila pa kontrabida ngayon, baka yung iba umatras. Kaya hindi mo mapigilan ang ating Pangulo na maging emosyonal sa kanyang 100% support. Anti-drug arrest. Next slide. The average Aquino haul for drugs, 412 million a month. So far, the average for Duterte, 2.3 billion in 48 days. Next slide. Next slide. They say we are drawing flack from various... Next slide. Tignan niyo po to. The Philippine War sa ABS-CBN. Outrage over extrajudicial killings. Yung outrage, no? Anong pinapalabas? Na lahat na lang napatay, extrajudicial killings, na may outrage. Pero yung news, na sa sulok-sulok ng ating bansa, masaya ang mga tao, nasaan yon? Dito sa Inquirer, the kill list ang tawag nila. During the Aquino administration, mas marami ang patay. May kill list ba kayo? Pero ngayon sa Duterte administration, gumawa pa kayo ng sarili niyong pangalan, the kill list. Paano po hindi sasama loob ng ng NBI, PDEA, Police, na nung panahon na walang ginagawa, dun sa araw-araw na patayan, ay okay lang. Ang tawag nyo, riding in tandem, ang tawag nyo, ganit, murder, homicide. Ngayon na may ginagawa sila at mas konti ang patay, kill list ang tawag. Lastly, Madam Chair, have we PNP what they need? I was hoping, and I suggested this in our first hearing, sana bago tayo mag-hearing at akusahan sila, patawag muna natin. Ano kailangan nyo? Sweldo nyo, napakababa. Kailangan nyo ba ng equipment? Next slide. Alalim ng batas, 201 dapat ang pulis natin. Kulang ng 40 mil na pulis. Next slide. Ang sweldo ng pulis, 4,834. Next slide. Ito po ang combat pay, 11 pesos a day. Sa pulis po, 933 a day. 10 piso. Soft drinks lang yun eh. O, ni bottled water, hindi kayo makakabili. So, Madam Chair, I will stop there because of lack of time, but the point I'm making, can you go to the next slide first? Next.
Is this the last
Yes,
point?
this last slide.
Let's
Yes,
wrap up.
Madam Chair.
Time
Next
is up.
slide. Next. Here, Madam Chair. Wala po akong problema dahil ako'y isang human rights advocate din kung indiscriminate o ang pulis ay may utos na wag niyong gawin ito. Pero titignan niyo po to, mismong PNP ang may memorandum na nagsabi na lahat ng lahat ng vigilante imbestigahan. And hindi ko na ipapakita dahil wala ng time, pero yung last slide ko po dito ay ang statement ng ating Pangulo at statement ni Chief PNP Ronald De La Rosa alias Bato, na nagsasabing, ayan po, ayoko ng extrajudicial killings. So thank you, Madam Chair, that's fair. But sana sa mga interviews at mga kapatid natin sa media, maging fair din. Kasi panay ang report nyo na ayaw ng Pangulo, na gusto ng Pangulo at ng PNP ng extrajudicial. Pero yan po ang sinasabi nila, yan ang official. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator Cayetano. 2 punto. We will ask the concerned resource speakers to educate us, to educate the public on these concepts, on these terms: extrajudicial killings, extra legal killings, summary executions, vigilante killings. So at a proper time in the course of the proceedings, questions on that can always be asked to these resource persons. Pangalawa po, kasama din talaga po sa ating inquiry ngayon na alamin, tanungin ang pamunuan ng PNP kung ano ang mga kailangan nila para mapalakas ang laban sa droga at para maiwasan yung mga paglabag ng karapatang pantao. So at this point,
Procedural, Madam Chair.
yes,
Is there any other senator who wish to make an opening statement? If there is none, if
I,
there is
I was
none,
just
maybe.
told,
Yes.
Senator Soto, Senator just manifested her intention to also deliver an opening statement
In that
subject
case,
to the same time limit.
Yes, in that case, thereafter we could probably have the resource persons take their oath.
Yes.
Thank you.
Senator Hontiveros, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Magandang umaga po. Ang yumao kong asawa ay isang pulis din, PNP officer. Alam ko ang nadaramang takot at pangamba ng mga katulad kong babae tuwing ang kanilang mga mister o partner ay papasok sa trabaho upang gampanan ang kanilang tungkulin. Hanggang ngayon, tanda araw-araw na pangamba nung mag-boyfriend-girlfriend pa lang kami, paano kung siya ay mapahamak o magbuwis siya ng kanyang buhay sa pagtupad ng sinumpaang tungkulin. Naranasan ko rin ang sakit na mawala ng asawang pulis. Bagamat ang aking asawa ay hindi pumanaw sa engkwentro ng buhay sa gitna ng kanyang assignment at malayo sa amin. Sa mga kababaihang asawa o partner ng mga pulis at sa ating buong kapulisan, hangad ko po ang inyong kaligtasan at panatag na loob ng inyong mga pamilya. Makakaasa po kayo sa akin. PNP Doroy de la Rosa, ang mista ng aking yumaong asawa at aking kaibigan. Gagawin ko ang lahat ng aking makakaya bilang senador upang masiguro ang inyong kaligtasan at maprotektahan kayo sa panganib sa kampanya ng gobyerno laban sa droga. Kasama ng mayan, hangad ko na magtagumpay kayo at magkaroon tayo ng mapayapang bansa. Pero sana maintindihan din po ng lahat, Madam Chair, na gagawin ko rin po ang lahat ng aking makakaya upang ipagtanggol ang karapatang pantao ng bawat mamamayan. Ito ay isang tungkulin na ating sinumpaan, lalo na ng ating kapulisan. Ang ating laban sa droga ay hindi dapat mauwi sa simpleng pagbibilang ng mga napatay. Dapat ang sukatan ng matagumpay na kampanya laban sa droga ay ang pagdami ng bilang ng mga buhay na ituwid at nailigtas. The war on drugs should not be reduced to killings. It must be a just campaign to promote new beginnings. I believe that in the government's war against drugs, we cannot play gods and decide whose lives matter and whose lives don't. Sabi nga, ano ang sukat ng halaga ng isang buhay? Paano natin tinitimbang ang buhay na mahalaga at ang buhay na pwede na lamang baliwalain at pwedeng kitilin? Ano ang batayan na magsasabing ang isang buhay ay may silbi pa at ang isa na wala ng pag-asa? Sino ng cardboard o sunod na ilalagay sa kill scoreboard? Hindi lang iisang tao o iisang grupo ang may kapangyarihan na husgahan ang kapwa Pilipino. May justice system ang ating demokrasya. Mabagal man o may kahinaan, hindi ito pwede isang tabi. Dito po dapat tinitimbang o sinusukat ang paglabag sa batas at sa makataong paraan po ipinapataw ang karampatang parusa. Madam Chair, to my dear PNP leadership, and to all the guests of this committee today, We must shift the focus of this war on drugs from vendetta to justice, from shortcuts to reforms, from punishment to treatment, from punishment to treatment, Madam Chair, from mere killing to healing. This approach is not only restorative and just, it is also the more humane path. Let us not lose our humanity in the face of barbarity. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Maraming salamat, Senator Riza. Ngayon po, bibigyan na po natin ng pagkakataon. Yes, Senator Miggs.
Yes, may I be allowed to give just 2 minutes?
Okay, if it's really for 2 minutes,
Very short, Mr. Chair.
you have the floor now. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I know speakers all speak will probably be off to lunch break and or session will start, so allow me to give my 2 cents worth, Madam Chair. Let us hit closer to home, Madam Chairperson. Last April, I was given information because during my 5-year break out of politics, I was able to establish a bit of small, medium enterprises in Cagayan de Oro. And last April, I was told na doon daw sa aming planta sa Cagayan de Oro ay may mga shabu addict. So ang ginawa po natin ay nagpatawag po ako ng tulong sa City Hall employees ng Department of Health na empleyado sa City Hall at nag-conduct po ako ng drug test sa aking mga tauhan. Chair, out of the 30 employees that we had, 10 ang positive sa shabu. That is a third of my workforce. A third. Nakakagulat dahil marami doon ay masaya na sa buhay at maganda po kanilang sweldo at benepisyo. Ay dala ko po galing sa Bukidnon at tinanong ko sila, bakit kayo lumuklok sa shabu? Nang ganda ng buhay nyo na yun. Alam mo ang sagot sa akin, Madam Chair? Doon sa labas ng aming gate, doon sa Barangay Agusan, sa Cagayan de Oro, napakadaling bumili ng shabu. 20 pesos lang, 20 pesos, Madam Chair, ang isang sachet ng shabu. Para pa sa isang pack of cigarettes. So they said, they do a hit in the morning, and when the hit is gone, they do the hit in the evening. Ganon kagrabe at lala ang sitwasyon ng droga na yon. Madam Chair, Mexico, I had a briefing recently, Mexico is losing the war on drugs. Their killings there are done by government. Pero yung mga massacres doon are being done by the drug cartels, the Mexican drug cartels. Pinupugutan yung mga ulo. They hang them upside down. And sooner or later, if we do not nip this at the bud, and I'm saying it's not even in the stage of a bud, it is now a full-grown weed. Chair, we have to congratulate the PNP for the job that they're doing now because they're risking life and limb at sila mismo namamatayan. Madam Chair, sa totoo lang, after Digong Duterte, the President, had become President of the Republic, that the shabu dealers in that barangay, out of a legitimate operation, patay. Balik po ako dun. Ang sabi nila sa akin, tumahimik ang barangay. Wala na nang gugulo sa kanila. Ganun. That's the reality on the ground. And dapat ipakita din po natin yun dahil yung mga pamilyang apektado sa drug-related crimes are unbearable. Imagine a third of the workforce. What if they had 3 children and one of you...
Excuse me, Senator Miggs, I'm sorry.
So that's it,
With
Madam
due
Chair.
respect.
I know,
Thank you.
Madam Chair. Although I've been given 5 minutes, hindi pa siguro ako umabot niyan. But Madam Chair, again, I would just like to show the severity of the situation. I was principal author of the anti-drug law together with Senator Soto when I was a member of the House of Representatives. And it's only today that I see effects.
Maraming salamat. We all know that. We know how grave the problem is with respect to drugs. But we should not also turn a blind eye to this another grave problem of the spate of killings. Thank you so much, Senator Miggs. So ngayon naman, bibigyan din ho natin ng pagkakataon ng ilan sa mga resource speakers natin na magbigay ng kanilang opening statements. Ito po yung order ng pagbigay ng kanilang opening statements subject to the 3-minute time limit that here. Ng ating pong Police Director General De La Rosa, to be followed by CHR Chair Gascon, then by PIDEA, Attorney Rosalyn Borja, and NBI through its director, Geran. So 3 minutes, but can we ask all of the resource persons, sabay-sabay na lang po tayo ngayon, whether or not you are supposed to deliver an opening statement, kung pwede po magsitayuan po tayo. For the swearing of oath. May we ask the committee secretary to administer the oath, to swear them. All possible resource
Please
persons.
raise your right hand and follow after me. I, state your name please, do solemnly swear to tell the truth and nothing in this public proceeding, so help me God. You may take your seats.
Maraming salamat po. We now recognize Police Director General Ronald De La Rosa.
To the Honorable Chair, the Senate Committee on Justice and Human Rights, Senator Lela de Lima, ma'am, the Vice Chair, and members of the committee, good morning. Salamat po sa pagkakataon na may pahayag ang mga adhikain ng pambansang pulisya sa pakikipaglaban sa illegal na droga. Sa pagupo pa lamang ng ating Duterte, batid na po namin na magiging malaking hamon ang pagtupad sa kanyang direktibang masugpo ang illegal na droga sa bansa. As of February 2016, the PDEA reported that 27% of 11,321 out of the country's 465 barangays, mostly in urban areas, are drug affected. On record, NCR has the highest rate of affectation with 1,611 or 94% of the total number of barangays, followed by Calabarzon with more or less 75% barangays. Further, the Dangerous Drugs Board 2015 National Household Survey disclosed that there are around 1.8 million drug users in the country, of which more or less 690,000 or 38% are. During the Senate hearing on Thursday, August 18, 2016, it was announced that the country has more or less 3.7 million drug users nationwide. This situation indicates the magnitude of the drug problem in our country. And while much has been done to eradicate, the problem persists and has become worse, especially at the grassroots level. Through the Philippine National Police Anti-Illegal Drugs Campaign Plan Double Barrel from July 1 to
Ayun,
August 21,
nagpapatuloy ho ang pagdinig ng Senado kaugnay sa extrajudicial killings. Ayan.
Yan.
Bibitaw muna tayo pansamantala pero may mga updates pa rin ho kami kaugnay ho sa mga kaganapan dyan po sa Senado.
Sige, at kasalukuyan nagsasalita ngayon si General Bato de la Rosa. So, abangan natin yung developments na yan dito sa nagaganap na hearing dyan sa Senado.
Okay, bukas ulit. Ako po si Den Macaranas.
Ako po si Ira Panganiban.
10:40 ang ating oras.